Doggie Diamonds did this.
Yes, that's what I do. Shout out to everybody who's coming in the room, playback gang. Shout out to y'all as well. I need them likes up for anybody who steps into the room and anybody who's watching on the playback. I really need those likes. You already know I can promote your content on my network, which is my X, my Facebook, my YouTube community, my Instagram stories, and my Threads account. Just hit me on the DM on Instagram at Doggie Diamonds. Serious inquiries only. As you tap into my Instagram, that does not give you the right to just start sending me music and all of that. That's for business. Okay? That's for business. And if you want to get interviewed, that's for business too. Hit me up at Doggie Diamonds on Instagram for rates. Okay? Might cost you a little, might cost you a lot, but it's going to cost you. Or you going to learn, Trey. You going to learn, Trey. Anyway, shout out to everybody. And I need y'all to tap into my Facebook too. It's in the description box. Doggie Diamonds Facebook. That is the name of it. As you see the URL, that is the actual name of my Facebook. So tonight I will be debuting new music as I've been doing lately. I think this might be the last night I do it because somebody might rap over this. I might keep this for my album. I'm not sure. But I think it's fire. So let's go.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Here we go. Yeah. Uh-huh. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Happy Father's Day to the fathers. Don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Uh-huh. It's like riding a bike. You get on the drum machines and get busy. It's easy. And if you think you got what it takes, hit me on a DM to get you some music. Let's go. Uh-huh. It's like riding a bike. Don't forget.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
I got that sound that the game needs. I ain't gonna keep y'all long with an intro. We gonna get into the show. Get it? It's the easy part. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. I just need them likes up. Get what I'm saying? I need them likes. No Filter Podcast is about to start. Make sure you log on to doggiediamondcv.com. That is my official website. I need y'all to log on that site. If you missed anything, it's definitely on the website, doggiediamondstv.com. So I'm here, impromptu. I don't give y'all hours to know I'm going live and all of that. I don't do all of that. I just get some music together. I just put that intro together maybe like 20 minutes ago. And I'm ready to go. So, Mona, aka Don't Call Me White Girl. I didn't really know much about her. I did see her before. I think she had relation to the Gilly and Wallow show. Then they had a falling out. Then she was doing her thing. Then she joined the Joe Budden Podcast. So I definitely knew who she was from that. And I know she pop, you know, she pop her shit. I don't know about the West Coast dudes say, yo, you be popping it. I don't think I'm gonna ever incorporate that slang into my my vocabulary. I can't say another dude be popping it. just don't sound right. Respectfully. You know, with all due. Like, a lot of times they be like, yo, they be popping it. I'm never gonna say they be popping it. I guess that's they slang. That's how they do what they do. Uh, you know, I'm still reeling off of first hearing gangbang. You know, gangbanging was it just was what it was. So, you know, a lot of times you're like, yeah, he be getting on here, he be popping it. And I'm like, popping it? Nah, we ain't gonna do that. So be popping shit. So I guess if popping it is popping shit, the PG version, I guess, but we would have to, you know, we would have to come up with something different. I'm not saying nobody be popping it. But Mona, she be talking her talk. Every clip I saw of her, she be talking her talk. And the problem is when we talk what we talk on the internet, some people want to take it literally and go offline with it. So now you're running the thin line of getting busy or walking away to protect your peace, protect your money, and all of that. The only issue with that is when people see you diffusing something or walking away like an adult sometimes, they're going to call you box. They're going to say you ass or you ain't want no smoke because everybody wants to see the crash. I always talk about this. So for a person like myself who has no fear and going to walk around how I walk around, even on the internet, I feel like some people be trying me. They be trying to draw me out to get into incidents on the internet and wanted to escalate in the street where I'm going to lose. So that's why certain stuff I just ignore because I can't win in that situation. Like, what do I win? You beat up a punk, beat up a punk. Everybody knows said person is a punk. Everybody know this person's a punk. Everybody know, you know, there's certain dudes that got caught giving throat or getting throat from others. You know, what could I do to them? They gonna put their community against me. So I gotta, you got it. So sometimes people will be like, yo, you ducking that smoke. You don't want them problems. And it ain't that I don't want the problems. I want a problem that's gonna have a solution. Now, if me and somebody could just get it out the way, and it is what we go your way, I go my way, that's one thing. But there's people on the internet that has made hundreds of videos about an individual. Look at this right now, right? It's people that you can see just the thumbnail. You're scrolling through your YouTube, you see the thumbnail. You didn't even see the title, you saw the thumbnail, and you already know what they're going to be talking about and who they're going to be talking about. That's not bugged out to you now. Like, that's normal. It's certain people's face. You already know what they're going to be talking about. They're not even going to surprise you. If they sit there and talk about calculus, or they sit there and they talk about making falafel from scratch, you'll be tripping because it's certain people, when you see them in the thumbnail, you don't even have to see the title. You already know who and what they're going to talk about. And it's redundant and it ain't stopping. It's just, what can you do? So where is the point in time where we used to tell people, yo, get off that nigga dick. Yo, why you talk about that dude every day? Or why you talk about her every day? Yo, that's all you got to talk about? So now we in a space where dudes don't even talk about what they doing. They can just talk about what somebody else is not doing or what somebody else did. And that shit could be 40 years ago, but they'll talk about it like it just happened yesterday. And then that's where we at. People tuning into that shit. We're not learning new information about nobody. Everything we heard, we already know. I don't care if it's Big. I don't care if it's Pac. I don't care if it's Jay-Z. I don't care who it is. We already know all we need to know that matters in the sense of whether I'm a hit play or not. Because no rapper is my hero I don't give a shit about what rappers do. I just want to hit play and like the music. And some stuff that people did ain't gonna stop me from listening to the music. It's just music. Nigga ain't my father or my uncle or nothing like that. It's just music. I publicly had issues with Fat Joe. That was internet banter. I didn't take him out of my gym playlist. I still listen to it. People don't, if I listen to your music, I'm not going to be like, now I don't listen to you. That shit is phony. That means I never should have been listening to it in the first place. So when you respond, you stupid. When you don't respond, you ass. So you put in a catch-22. That's why I just say, and I'm going to be honest with you, and I say this to you on this camera, when I see certain people, it's going to be what it's going to be. That's just what it is. But there's nothing you can say on the internet that makes sense. And even certain people, when I see them, I know they're not going to carry it the way they carried it on the internet. Because I could show you DMs of dudes already apologizing to me for their previous behavior. Some people I get, some people apologize and then went back to doing the shit they apologized for. That's why I don't forgive people or accept apologies. Because it don't be really authentic. And everybody carries that, oh, I think he was sneak dissing me. He was talking about me. So what they do, they go right on the internet and talk. Well, I'm public. Everybody know what hood I be in. Everybody know all that. But don't nobody really want to do that. They want attention. I'm not into giving men attention. I'm into talking about cultural shit that I think I should talk about if I so choose to. Some shit people talk about, I don't give a good goddamn. That's on them. As you can see, I got other things going on. I got an album I'm working on. I'm working on projects with other people. I've been getting calls for music. That is priority number one for me. What another nigga is doing ain't my priority. It's only my priority when I feel like talking about something that I think I could give my little twist and my spin on it that is logical and reasonable. Other than that, I don't give a shit. That's why I don't go live every day, all day, because it be some shit I be like, yo, this shit don't matter. Because the day I sit down and talk about Diddy, talk about his motherfucking Slim Jim or whatever it is, pause, I might as well just log out. But what I do have for y'all tonight is the Mona girl. And I have her reaction to the situation and how she carried it. And I want to review it with y'all and see what y'all think about the situation. And did she handle it correctly? How would you have handled it? And even she gives an explanation, but again, she's caught in the cycle of, yo, you cannot win on the internet. No matter what the perception is of you, when they create a perception, you lost. If you talk, if you said anything, yo, it is what it is. So I want to share that with y'all really quick. So I'm gonna share my screen. This is from the Live Bites. They capture a lot of live footage. And this is it right here. Let me see if I could get some volume.
What you talking about? You want like what you want to do? You want? I'm scared. Say it, bitch. You said it. What you talking about? You want like what you want to do? You want? I'm scared. Say it, bitch. You said it.
It's another part.
Don't kick me, Sharmella.
I'm very happy with Facebook. Yeah, let you know you still see you coming in there talking shit. What I say to you? What did you do? What is it? What the hell can I get? Oh, what is that? What is that? What is that? Yeah, ain't no good. Don't do that. What is that?
Rule number one.
You know what you did. You knew what you did. If I did that to you, what the fuck?
Yo, you lost. Yo, you lost.
Can I work? I'm trying to get some other store. You might even just get in mother.
You lost.
Man, peace, man. I come in peace. We should come in peace. We should be fighting the crackers and the
Come in
motherfuckers that
peace.
make money in the hood, man.
I'm sitting right here. Let me help you out. Let me help you out. No, let me help you out. Let me call you for you, dog. Let me
Yo, you lost.
Now you just said it, bitch. You said all about your business. I was talking to him. Go to your business. Yo, like online. Why are you still?
Let me tell you rule number one that always trips me out. When a dude say you should be about peace, but you filming, you don't want no peace because you want the footage. At any given time during this altercation of words, anybody could have swung. See, she mushed her, not mushed her, but moved her out the way. Rule number one, you can never talk to somebody who's irrational or illogical. Just leave it alone. You go your way, I go mine. Let me see what the comments are saying. Mona low-key wanted her to swing or hit her first so she could knock sis. A person with nothing to lose will help you lose it all. Remember that. I agree with that. Proud of Mona. She got way more to lose. Laugh, period. Mona, I'm not fighting. Who wants to fight? Mona so funny. You won, I'm scared. I'm sorry, but she not scared. I love how she handled herself. Glad to know she had nothing to prove. Great job, Mona. And this my friend. She said, don't call her a white girl, because she ain't. No, Mona should have left her alone. I see everything wrong she did. First off, Mona bumped the lady, probably thought she was tough until the shorter lady stood up for herself. Then when the lady tell you just to go ahead, effing go. But you're aggravating and antagonizing me. Now my old ass is ready to throw hands. Just go ahead about your business so we don't have to be embarrassing ourselves out here. So once you say embarrassing ourselves, that means you're embarrassing yourself too. So how do you de-escalate a situation if you don't want to throw hands? Because no matter what somebody is doing to you, if you don't want to partake in it, you got to learn how to be the bigger person too. Girl, you have to get some coins. So you know the birds are going to try to start with you. Walk away. It's never that serious. You're a brand name and they want a piece, literally. I cannot believe y'all let people talk to you like that. So what do you want? And somebody says you want her to fight and go to jail over loud words. And that's real though. That's real. That's real because at the end of it all, it really still is words. And I think, the ego in being filmed makes you say, nah, I'm gonna go upside your scalp. Mona look cute. We don't care about that. This might get lost in the comments, but sometimes I go outside in the backyard, lay down and cover myself in dirt and act like I'm a carrot. Yeah, you're a clown too. Sometimes you gotta leave the hood when you got ish going for yourself. Jealousy and envy is real. See, I realize that clearly jealous, but we can't always say somebody is jealous. Because if Mona didn't have shit, this is just the hood. This is just the hood. If two broke people will go through this, so we can't say it's over money. This is just the hood. This is just the hood mentality that people are angry. Homegirl might not have had no reefer today. She might not have had a taste. She might have been trying to get a nip today, or her wick got cut off, or she could have lost her job. We don't know. That's just the hood. That ain't got because somebody have money. That's just the hood, period. Two broke people be doing that. So when you say jealous and she got money, you can't always say that somebody is jealous because you have money. It's the mentality. Because homegirl, if she gonna go outside on BS, then She don't care who got money. She just gonna wild out anyway. But me knowing me, if I got something to lose, which I do, I just avoid them situations anyway because I'm not mature enough not to bust somebody in their mouth. That's just me though. That's just me, because one thing you're not going to do is be yelling in my face. I don't care who you are, and I don't care who you with. So to avoid this situation, I just avoid this situation. Ain't nothing in that store I need. I remember the projects. Dudes are like, yo, why you don't hang outside with us? I'm like, because y'all niggas don't do shit. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Fuck I'm doing with y'all. I'm just sitting here waiting to get locked up or shot at or robbed, or what's the point? I like doing productive shit. Y'all niggas ain't productive enough. And this is Mona speaking on it.
I've been going motherfucking viral since 2018. Videos that I'm in, like, oh, I thought you should know about it. Why wouldn't I know about a video I'm in? I've been going motherfucking viral since 2018, y'all. Y'all don't, of course, the average Instagram user don't know what it's like to go viral or whatever, cool. And it's levels to virality. It's levels to it.
Yeah, that's a
that
tough
shit
word.
Ain't viral yet. But
Words
it's on
is
its
tough.
way. And it happened days ago, right? But it's really bitches in my new I told you should know about this. Oh, you need to see this. You need to get on. Why do I need to see it, bitch? It was hard enough living through it.
Right.
Do you know I'm from the fucking ghetto? You know how hard it is to walk away from a fucking fight,
Word.
bro?
I
Y'all
agree.
see that video, bro? I think about that bitch every day. Every day I wake up, I got a little shrine to this bitch. I know where this bitch live at, her first name, last name, all in. Like, I wish I could act unbothered. I'm not. I'm hot. I'm just trying to be an adult. It's hard, though.
It is.
Like, fuck. No cap. Like, people really send me a videos that I'm in.
And see, this is the thing, right? So when you doing your thing, like I could be sitting here minding my business and I get a text, somebody on YouTube talking shit about you. And I'd be like, what do you want me to do? Like, really, what do you want me to do? Not that a man is, peeking in my window. Not that a man is trying to take my whip. Somebody's on YouTube talking about you. And I'll get a text to my phone. Not a DM, a text. What am I supposed to do? You know what I said? Yo, I talk about people. I don't give a fuck who talking about me. I'm still untouched. You know what I'm saying? I'm still untouched. Ain't nobody put their hands on me. What am I supposed to do? So when people hit me and be like, yo, this person was talking about, she said more, hold on.
Why y'all do the things y'all do, bro? I don't think I'll ever understand it. But yeah, I don't know why y'all do the things y'all do, bro.
But the only thing is that Mona can't act like she's not from that. Because at a particular point, she could have been the aggressor in a situation. You understand what I'm saying? That could have been her on the other side. Because the most dangerous person, we'll come back. The most dangerous person that you'll ever encounter is a person with nothing to lose and nothing to live for. They just wake up every day willy-nilly and just looking to start shit. It might not even be nothing negative. It could just be the person with the camera filming is looking for content. That's just how people live now. There's nothing we can do about that. The best thing you can do is avoid it. Avoiding something don't mean that you ask, because if you really put in work in the street and you from that, you know where it goes. It goes from you going to jail or you go into the morgue or the hospital. So I just avoid, listen, people be like, pop out. And do what? I had a bozo that be stalked me on YouTube. I blocked them on YouTube. So they decided to come to my Instagram. And it's a video that don't got nothing to do with nothing. It could be me playing music, it could be me, whatever. And you and said bozos in the comments like, yeah, we know you gonna talk shit, but you ain't gonna be at no events. You ain't gonna pop out nowhere. And I'm like, I've been going to events since I was 15. I like the outside thing. Like when is hanging outside not some little nigga shit? Events? Oh, you talking about the sausage parties that y'all go through because y'all trying to get on. Told you about that get on. That's what you talking, that's the event you be talking about? Now, I went to events when I was throwing the event, when it was my event, but just going to be a part of somebody's entourage or just stand around while y'all sit around high and drink and then act stupid. You don't think I'm past that? Because y'all quick to say, you are old head, you this, that, and okay. Old heads avoid bullshit. Old heads handle their business. Old heads ain't trying to be in the thick of YN shit. Old heads ain't trying to be nobody who got reefer in one hand and a cigarette in the other and smoking one and then smoking the other at the same time. So at the end of it all, when you can't provoke me. Like, I'm a grown-ass man. You think what you say to me on the internet gonna provoke me? Or we know you don't be nowhere. First and foremost, I can be anywhere I want to be. And I got a lot of representatives, but I also let it be known to the public the way you can send somebody to do something, you could also send somebody to get something done to them. And again, the worst people to encounter is the people with nothing to lose and nothing to live for. So if your thing is to say, oh, I say it in your face and you don't be outside, come on, nigga, come on. This is all new. Doing interviews in offices and podcast space, that shit is all new. I was outside when it was dangerous. But we gonna be around a bunch of imported people and immigrants and shit now, and you want me to be in the middle of that? So there is no point that I worked hard enough that I'm supposed to be enjoying my life now. I gotta be where your bum ass is at. Just really think about that. If you there, I don't need to be where your bum ass is at. And bum is not a monetary thing. Bum is a mind state. Because if you saying to me on my Instagram after I already blocked you, and then you finding me on Instagram to still try to provoke me and say, yeah, you not gonna pop out nowhere. So I gotta prove that I'm gonna be somewhere so you could come up to me and be looking up at the sky? Because that's all that's gonna happen. Now, is it my duty as a civilized man to avoid it, or is it my duty to go to it to prove to you that I'll do it? Because for what I see, everybody who tried to prove something is in jail or dead. Really think about that. So for her, I'm glad that this happened to her because she got to take it as lesson learned. She got to take it as lesson learned. She has to take it as, okay, I got to move a little bit better. You know what this jungle is like, and you're not far removed just because you get a couple of dollars. So she got to look at it like, yo, you know what? I can't move the way that I used to move because I do got something to lose. I do got something to lose. And everybody, whether it was Taxstone, whatever it is that tried to prove from fucking with people on the internet, trolling people, fucking with people, and then we clash, nobody learns from that. So again, when you're a person like myself who got it out the mud, who come from the mud, whose path has been very, very rocky on the way to get where I am today, and this young lady who's a woman, right? And this is another thing that killed me. A lot of you coward ass dudes be watching women get into it when from my upbringing, it was always the men to de-escalate women from getting into it. It was always a man, if you really who you think you are, and if you really who you say you are, then you could tell people to chill and they gonna listen. If you really are who you think you are, who you say you are, and you in the same hood, you could say, yo, y'all cut it out. Y'all chill. And people going chill. But it used to be a particular time where men de-escalated shit. It was a particular time and niggas say, yo, come on, cut that shit out. Because you always out here starting shit. And then we wonder why people who make it leave the hood and never come back. And they be like, yo, why such and such they don't come through here no more? Because some people don't want to deal with the bullshit. If the people still in the hood with the same mentality, the same BS, just looking to just straight struggle. So if I'm going to the spot to just get me a synergy, why should I have to go deal with possibly losing my freedom, my life, or getting hurt because I want a goddamn kombucha? Because somebody is angry. And I find that even in my hood, people could tell you, I say, yo, people be, when I see these dudes on the Instagram and shit, and they be like, we good out here. I tell you, I ain't good in my hood because it ain't nobody from my hood. It's going to be somebody that's not from my hood or somebody from my hood who been hating that can't wait to see something happen to me. Nipsey thought he was good, R.I.P. Everybody who thought they was good in their hood is no longer here. Because that same street you rep, they'll be washing your blood off of it, the fire hose, after they do their crime scene. And it's unfortunate because it is people in my neighborhood that I do be wanting to see. And I be wanting to go by and see if Miss such and such is okay. She used to send me to the store and all that. But all the bullshit that come with it, you just avoid it because it's like, yo, it's not worth it. Because I only really know how to react one way. With me, aggression get met with aggression. I'm trying to learn how to de-escalate and say, yo, you know what? You got it. On the internet, it's fine, but mano y mano, standing in front of me, I've never had nobody stand in front of me and say, you a goofy clown, a bitch, or a bozo. That's internet stuff. I never had that before. I don't even know how I would react. And anybody could tell you when they see me, I be by myself. My cousins get mad at me because I'm always moving alone. Because as a grown adult, I shouldn't have to have an entourage, an army with me everywhere I go. I should be able to stand on my own too as a man, no matter what the situation is. And if I'm going somewhere and it's dangerous, then I don't need to go. Because I don't go outside to lose my life. I don't go outside to go to prison. I don't go outside to hurt somebody or be harmed. That's not what it's about. But we have grown-ass bozos and they women And see, think about this. Homegirl could be a mother. Now, what if Mona didn't want to walk away from the fight? What if Mona had a poker on her? One jig in the chest is over. Mona gone, podcast gone, everything gone, homegirl gone, because we don't know how to act. And that's why I don't like people who drink or smoke, because when people be high and drunk, you are irrational. You already irrational. I know people who just start shit. They wake up to start shit. They just want to stir shit up. That's just what they do for a living almost. They always in the thick of everything. They got everything in their phone. They got every beef, every argument, everything. I just avoid that shit. So to homie who probably watching right now, because you be on my sack, oh, you don't pop up nowhere. I don't go to sausage parties. I don't go to up and coming rapper shows. I did all that shit 25, 30 years ago. Now I've been to places where I did walkthroughs, where I might have been judging something. I'll go there. But just how y'all congregate with one another, this shit ain't 1994 no more. This ain't 96. I don't go nowhere where there's a bunch of men because there's just too much peacocking going on. Too much men strutting around. Too much men trying to be the man in this space where everybody is here. So this ain't no fucking mansion. This ain't no special invite only. This ain't Turks and Caicos. It's a place on like Avenue A or some shit like that where if you pay $10, anybody could get in. This ain't nothing exquisite. So how's everybody here fronting? Oh, because you got on a good outfit? Okay, you got on your Easter clothes, fine. But I don't leave my crib and go to places that I'm supposed to have fun to fight. And when I know you weird ass irrational weirdos are gonna be there, you could count me out like New Edition. I ain't going. Because me, historically, gon' get busy. I'm gonna get busy. And it is what it is what it is. So shit, if I don't got the temperament to be places, I'm not going because like I said, I don't think I'm mature enough to smell somebody's breath in my face. If I can smell your breath, or you might have been talking too close and you got a little bit of spit on me, or you did this, or put your hands up or anything, and you talking too much with your hands, I'm out of here. Because I just don't want to be around that. Any place I go, I just want love, daps. I don't even like touching niggas' hands, but I just want daps and I just want elevation and growth. But if you gonna be somewhere and you got an attitude, or they're that nigga, yo, because the shit with me is that a lot of people don't like me, right? And I've been dealing with this shit since I was a little boy, so it ain't nothing new to me. But a lot of people be like, yo, that nigga talk a lot of shit. So, what did I say about you? I didn't say nothing about you. So people be like, yo, he always talking shit. Talk shit for a living. Like, I actually make coin doing this. You sit on social media and talk shit for free. Maybe if you learn how to monetize yourself, you'll get some money. But people sometimes want to challenge me because I am how I am, and I am what I am. So nigga, yo, he ain't gonna talk like that to me. I'm not gonna talk to you at all. So if you're known as being a mean person at your job because you don't fraternize, you go to work and go home. If you're known for being the mean girl on the train, you always gonna have people that just want to challenge you. And they think that you're the final boss almost, and they win something. So it's like, shit is weird. I don't go anywhere. I don't go anywhere to be confrontational with men. I just don't. We've been had brawls and clubs and fighting guardian angels and shit like that. We did all that shit in the 90s. And that's why I keep saying to y'all, yo, it is 2026. My damn car talk to me. I can have a full-blown conversation with my car. Can you imagine? So when you live in a certain way, or you manifesting your destiny, and you really doing it, you don't have time for a lot of shit. You just don't care. Like, yo, man, listen. I was playing Call of Duty last night. I ain't even play my game. I pay for Xbox Live every month, and I ain't play my game. I was like, damn, this Call of Duty is fire. Listen, you built your life. And when your life is going according to how you planned it, or you had to pivot, or you survived some shit, yo, you're going to avoid as much as possible. You're going to stay away. So yeah, I don't pop out. Nope. I don't even know how to really speak nigga no more. I just don't. I don't hang around people who's not articulate. I ain't nobody's son. Your son, when his son wanna, I don't know about niggas who chilling with me, then he went to the side and got his nose dirty. I don't know about dudes smoking funny weed. I don't know about dudes walking up to me like, yeah, because I paid like $300 for these pants. You ever have a nigga do that shit to you? You be sitting there chilling and shit, and a nigga walk up, yeah, because I paid this for these. And you be like, I ain't even asked that nigga that shit. Because when people trying to brag to you and show off, if you don't acknowledge it, you know they call you a hater, right? Nigga saw what I had on. Yeah, he put his head down. The nigga was hating. He's supposed to be such and such. He's supposed to be getting that bag. But look, I had a better outfit than him on. Come on, man. What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? Even when people want to talk to you, speaking takes a lot of energy. You know that, right? Sometimes when I leave off live and I might have been on here for an hour and a half or 2 hours, I got to go lay down for a minute. This shit take a lot out of you. Shout out to you, BGT, this is for the very good Father's Day message. Happy Father's Day to all the men that do their thing. I agree with that. This shit take a lot out of you. Like, you ever talk to somebody and then after you stop speaking to them, you just feel exhausted? You be like, that just took a lot out of me. You know what I'm saying? You ever talk to somebody and you felt like you lost brain cells? Anybody who works at a job where your job might be answering phones or a call center or anything, you know what it's like to have to talk to people. You'll see sometimes when I take phone calls and people call me, I'm like, nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. But look, you said because you're getting old, but the job of living is to get old. I think we forget that. I think we forget we live to age. I think somewhere in the mind of our people, Black people, we started thinking, I don't want to be old because old is a curse. So how do Black people dish you? They call you old. They call you old. They call you broke. They call you old. Yo, you old. No. You live to age. That's you, if you're lucky, right? Because we know some people who lost their lives as children, as teens, we live to age. And if you are of a certain age, look at all the beautiful shit you seen take place in your timeline. Look at all the beautiful shit that you seen take place in your timeline. You seen Mike Tyson. Look at us, right? We seen Mike Tyson. We seen Michael Jordan. We saw Michael Jackson. We saw Prince. We saw, and look at all that we saw. We saw the beginning of Nintendo. We saw when computers, yo, that is a blessing. because some people never saw that. We saw things that will never be again. I think that that's a blessing. I think because of what I saw is why I cherish what I cherish. That's why I don't take shit for granted, because I know where it came from and where it's at now. We saw, remember a fucking Etch-a-Sketch? You had this red thing and you using these two levers and we seen putting a Viewmaster, you putting a thing and you going, that's where you come from. We was watching the Jetsons and we watch Uniblab and we watch all this computer shit, and now we're on the phone talking to each other. Yo, that shit is a blessing to me. The fact that when I was young, I couldn't eat every day. There was no food sometimes. The fact that I can eat whatever I want now and eat shit that I probably should have been eating from the womb, but it wasn't affordable. So how is getting old, how is being old a problem if you experience some of the greatest things in the history of the world? Let's think about this. Although we got to see the first black president, take that for what it's worth. We remember video games when it was 2 buttons. We remember when we was able to go to the store and put a quarter in a game and play it. Now you can have that beautiful shit in the crib. Now you could put something on your eyes and go into virtual reality. And I can sit in the movie theater with you. That's on VR. So at the end of it all, when people be like, you're old, your old ass. Yo, I'm happy because I experienced some shit. And if you know my life, my shit started out kind of tragic. So if I could go from tragedy to triumph, yo. Look, April, you said no internet. Remember dial up? Remember? Welcome. You got mail. File done. Remember you took 3 hours to get one song. Remember LimeWire? Remember all that shit? Remember the torrents? You get what I'm saying? Remember the torrents. Remember a beeper. So at the same time, if you are of a certain age, ladies and gentlemen, remember you was downloading something and somebody kept calling and knocked you offline? Remember somebody knocked you offline? You was doing something online? But the point I'm making is this, right? You are privileged that you survived some shit too. Because it was a particular time where outside was dangerous. I remember being so small and hearing about the Atlanta unalive child stuff. And I remember being scared outside. I remember being outside and people getting pushed on the train. I remember all that shit being a little kid and just being scared. Going to the store with a note. Crack. We survived the crack era. When we was outside counting crack vials. Remember that? Crack vials had colors. We seen the street movies. We seen the Boys in the Hoods. We seen the Menace. We seen all of these movies. We seen the beginning of Jurassic Park. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't take people saying this, that, and the third as a diss. Because if you're using it as a diss, you actually giving me a praise, because I always say, I'm a victim of nothing but a survivor of many things. I done saw some shit, and I'm still here to give a testimony of it. And I ain't got no bumps all over my face. I got all my jibs. I ain't got no bumps all over my face. I got my hairline. Hey, got a couple of dollars. I could create how I want. Got my own crib, my own car, my own everything in my name. And to come from nothing, when you don't know people's path and you don't know they walk, you don't know some things that you saying to them, they actually get to say, damn. I am old. Shit, I remember being 14 and so scared when they killed my best friend. I thought I was next. I didn't think I was going to make it past 18. Now look. So you're not dissing nobody by saying, oh, you only calling people old when they doing YN shit. But if you doing age appropriate shit that you feel like doing, yo, it was a particular time where we had to eat school lunch. If you survive food stamps, if you survive your lights being out, if you survive violence, in the crib violence, a parent with alcoholism, a parent with drug abuse, even in the community. I grew up with a building I lived at, where I was born at, where my whole family is right across the street from the methadone center. It's right across the street from me. Not a far across the street, like a few steps across the street. So I was already introduced as a child to dope fiends and dope pushers and all that. I already saw that. That was regular. So if you could call somebody old, but if you don't know what it's like to go to the Chinese restaurant and get hairy chicken wings and put ketchup and hot sauce all over the fries and the hairy chicken wings, yo, you missed some good times. So I take that. Yo, listen, whatever you want to call me, look, I'll take that. It's fine. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. Because I look at myself as the person who made it. Maybe I'm not where you say I should be, but who the fuck are you? And that's how you should look at everything. Never look at yourself through the lens of somebody else. Yeah, we all sometimes might say, damn, maybe I could have been a little further. Maybe if I had to did this and I had to did that. But you know what? Nah, your path was your path. And you still here to give a testimony. It is never too late for anything. Now, I tell y'all all the time, I never went to school. I was a gifted student. That's how I could figure anything out. School was boring to me. I don't got a GED, aka a GED. I don't have none of that shit. My school was going to Cold Chillin' Records every day, learning the music business as a teenager. That was my school, going to a record label every day. You get what I'm saying? So now I could sit here and talk about music and play music for y'all, and it sounds studio quality ready. That was my school. Where if you do a consultation with me, I can tell you certain things, how to do certain things. You get what I'm saying? So it shouldn't bother you when people say shit to you. Even people in the hood who a certain way, I just be looking at niggas like, yo, nigga just ain't grow up yet. Nigga not ready to grow up. And you know what? Nigga gonna die out here. I know some people who be like, yo, I ain't eat, but they got new sneakers on. I remember it was a particular time where dudes would rather smoke reefer than eat. I started going to Cold Chillin' when I was 15. That's how I was Roxanne Shante tour DJ, because I was always there. This is my school. Take the 2 or the 3 train, transfer to the 4 or the 5 to 72nd Street, and get off every day and walk to Cold Chillin' Records every day. Every day of my life. And I remember Fly Ty, rest in peace, was like, you have to get your working papers or something, because I'm going to give you a job here. You're always here. And I said, I thank you for letting me come here because I really want to know the music business. This is what I want to do. So my grandmother and my aunts never worried about me. And that shit saved me because I wasn't outside wilding after a while. I would go to Cold Chillin'. Everybody knew where I was at. To where after a while, they call on my crib, like, could we take him to Chicago with us? Can he go to Kentucky with us? So that's my first time on a plane going on tour. You know what I'm saying? First time on a plane. Because I just wanted to do this. So I'm sitting there. I remember I was going to Cold Chillin' so long, Big Daddy Kane had his hair blonde from being a Meteor Man. And everybody know Big Daddy Kane is my favorite rapper. I remember, his name is O.J. Wedlaw. Good friend, big bro to me. Took me everywhere too. He said, your man is in there. I said, who? He said, Kane is in the office. Because, it's different offices inside of a record label. I looked, Big Daddy Kane was in the office with blonde hair because he was in Meteor Man. And I'm like, yo, that's Kane in there. The first time I was ever starstruck was when I got around Big Daddy Kane. Everybody else, whatever. So that was my upbringing. So I had a choice. You can do this, or you could be a fucking knucklehead. I just knew how to teeter the lines a little bit of being stupid and being smart. But, I learned a lot of shit young. Like, yo, hold up, man. Nah, this shit's stupid. What are we doing that for? What y'all want to do that for? And I did a show before. Y'all might have missed it. The peer pressure of being a young black man in the hood. Because when you're not about certain things, you get named, you get called names, or you get a stigma put on you. So if you're not sleeping with girls and you're a certain age, they just think you into mooktivity. I just was a young man who didn't like ugly girls. And what I thought was ugly is what I thought was ugly. Because how pretty could you be at 15? And if I'm 15 and you 13, how pretty could you really be? So I wasn't out here like, yo, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then when people were smoking, the first few times I seen people smoke, they was like this after they smoked. And I was like, yo, nigga got the jack. Nigga look stupid. I don't want to look like that. So I just that wasn't something I picked up. And I picked up drinking because I was a DJ who did parties. And it just was the element. But when I was young, I tell y'all all the time, my favorite thing was video games and wrestling. But wrestling and Soul Train came on at the same time. So if you were in a house full of men and you were the youngest, Soul Train it is. And I love video games. To where they started teasing me for always wanting to play the game and wanting to watch wrestling. So to overcompensate that I wasn't into certain shit on that other side, now I'm gonna come out here with y'all. Now we gonna fight. We gonna do all of this shit to prove that I'm not what I know I'm not. That's why I don't listen to nobody. It starts from somewhere. Everything derives from somewhere. That's why I don't listen to nobody. That's why I march to the beat of my own drum. Now, 2026, what is the biggest industries? Wrestling and video games. I had it right. Billion-dollar industries. I had it right. So that's why I tell y'all about people tricking you out of what you want to do to appease other people. And now you appeasing other people when you had it right. Come on, who didn't want to play Street Fighter? I had it right. Who wasn't playing Lakers versus Celtics? Bulls versus the Blazers on Sega Genesis. Come on, man, I had it right. So that's why now, where I'm at in my life, if I feel strongly about something and I know what I'm willing to do to make it happen, nobody could talk me out of it. Because guess what? I let people talk me out of what I knew was going to be the next thing. Just like dudes try to talk me out of this shit. I'm telling you, I had a guy tell me, I don't see how we could make money off computers. And this is 1997. But I already had the vision and the foresight to do and say whatever. NBA Jam, come on. Because dudes is acting like they didn't play the game. Yes, we did. But am I going to play the game? Or I'm going to go outside and get into some shit? Sometimes I chose the turntables. Sometimes I chose the game. And the shit really kept me alive because I am an individual who, I have an addictive personality. Once I start doing something, I go all in. So when I was drinking, I wanted to be the best drinker. If we outside fighting, I want to be the person who start everything. I want to punch people first. We robbing, you know what I'm saying? Just stupid shit. So when you take that mentality and you know that you have this about yourself and you turn it into something positive, you're going to get positive results. You're going to have positive results. And I say a lot of things to motivate people. Maybe I don't have the greatest bedside manner sometimes. So I know I can be missing, some of the things I say could be misinterpreted. Because I just seen the clown in here saying, yo, you weird or whatever, but ain't nothing weird about me. I just know I do what the fuck I want to do at all times. And can't too many men say that. Because I made my life the way I wanted to make my life. And I bust my ass for that shit. And it was many, you know who know everything about you? Not even a person. It's not even a place, it's a thing. Your pillow know everything about you. Your pillow collected all your tears, all your dreams, all your thoughts is right in your pillow. And imagine being a dreamer and shit you cried about that past or whatever the case may be. And then a lot of shit manifests itself physically where you can see it and have tangible results from your thought. You know how powerful that shit is? Just a thought. I want a such and such. And then it happens from your thought. But nobody don't know your bop. Nobody know what you went through. So when I see people pop shit and you live with your mother and you a certain age, I see people pop shit and you a homosexual. You live with women. You live off of women. You got kids everywhere and you always down on everything and talking shit about everything, but you ain't got a pot to piss in and no window, throw it out. I don't be feeling sorry for niggas. I be like, the niggas are useless either. These are the people who they need to throw in these camps and make them work for free because nigga don't want to do shit else. Niggas want to fuck it up for everybody else. We at a time now where niggas don't even dream no more. They just don't want you to. Their whole sole purpose is to stop you. Not even to stop you and do what you do or stop you to be better than you or stop you to get in front of you. Just to stop you. I've been dealing with that shit my whole life. Somebody always say something about me. I'll be like, all right, fuck you. But it's on the internet. It's on the computer. Or they whisper. Or they tell somebody. All right, what the fuck you want me to do? Nothing can stop what I want to do. It's already my destiny to do certain things. You know why? I manifest that shit. I will drive an hour for a wire that I need. I show it to y'all. If you look at my Facebook, I'll be going to Guitar Center. That shit like 45 minutes away from me. I'll go anywhere. But see, I could tell people my plans, because even if you see my hand, you can't play it for me. When I play chess, I tell you what I'm about to do to you. You cannot stop it. You can't stop it. Don't touch that piece, because the horse only move one, then that way, or two, and then that way. Don't touch that, because you can only go here, here, here. Touch another piece, move something else. That's what I do to people. All this shit is mental and psychological. It's just some people are not strong enough mentally, because people have worked on bringing you down, bringing your vibration down, so you could be palatable and make you always believe that you could be codependent on them. That's why somebody say, oh, you don't listen. Listen to what? What am I supposed to be listening to? A fucking failure? Because what you accomplish is not what I want. I don't want fucking 5, 6 kids and 7 baby mothers and shit like that. That math was off. But I never wanted that for me. So if you want to clown me and say certain shit about me, and I watch you struggle, I watch you cry about child support, I watch your license get suspended, I watch you say, fuck vacation. I don't want to go on vacation. No. You don't want to go on vacation because you can't get your passport. You think I don't know that though. But you'll say, fuck a good time, because you can't do it. So now you're trying to convince me that going to Jamaica or Cancun or one of these tropical places for a few days is not a good time, because you can't go. That's what people do. Oh, I wouldn't do that if I was you. Well, you ain't me. What I want to do, be like you? Last time I checked, you called me for $20. I ain't never called you. Last time I checked, I bought you some food. You ain't never buy me shit. So obviously what I'm doing is working, because it's able to provide for me and you. But you'll still talk shit about me, knowing that you need me and I never needed you. But I still give. So when people want to call you old, people want to call you broke, guess what? People who have real bills, people who have people to take care of, they are broke. People who have real bills and an adult, yeah, you ain't got no money. But your light's going to be on, your internet going to be on, your cell phone going to be on, your car insurance going to be paid, your car note going to be paid, your rent going to be paid. Shit, where's the money after that? You done took care of everything. And guess what? Next month you got to do it again. So if a nigga got money for sneakers, a nigga got money for a hat, you got money for an outfit, or you see somebody with a habit or a vice and they got money for that, they're neglecting something. Oh, I forgot you sleep on couches. Oh, I forgot the most valuable thing you have is some shoes. But that's the people who fucking talk the most. That's the people in your comments. Because any mature adult that know how to give it up and know what this shit hitting for, they look at everything different. You putting your adult lens on. You left the crib and told your kids you going to the store. You be right back. What you want? You want ice cream? You want potato chips? You want a lollipop? You want a juice? Okay. You know that you going to the store, you getting what you want for your children, and you going back home. Or you going food shopping and you doing something, you going back home. Not a person who went outside to say, yo, I'm going to jail fucking because I don't give a fuck. Fuck my kids. And I watch dudes leave the safety of their mansion, because, you know, everybody live good. You know, niggas' walls do a 360 and shit. They got the shit the government don't got, and, you know, they got a 7-car garage. That's how they portray it, right? That's how they portray it. And they leave that to go a place that they can't even piss at, just to say, I'm out here and I'm good. I told one of the homies today. He said, yo, I see such and such and they be outside by themselves. I said, how the fuck is that a badge of honor? A grown man supposed to be able to walk outside by themselves. That ain't a badge of honor. That don't mean that he's tough or a gangster because he could go outside by himself. What do you need, parental supervision? Some of us been going outside by ourselves when we was 5, going to the store with a note and giving it to the man and him going to get sugar for you or some milk and you walking home at 5. And you had the money in the bag. That don't mean shit. That you could go outside by yourself? That's a badge of honor and there's no danger to you? Fuck are you talking about? But that's, again, everything is the mentality. So if Mona had a Ford, she's stupid. And people be wanting you to be their entertainment while you lose it all. And it's just something about us that we just love to see the demise of anybody. Most of the people that come from where we come from, that's successful, people can't stand them. People can't stand them. They can never do enough. They can never help enough. They can never do anything. People can't stand them. And people think they really run other people's program. They really think that they should tell people what they should and shouldn't be doing with their money. Listen, if you want to buy 7,000 packs of oodles and noodles and eat that shit, that's fine. Got nothing to do with me. But I already know, don't ask me for no money. I've had people that I know that didn't have food but bought Snickers. I'm just being dead ass serious. And then look at me. Yo, I need something to eat. You better eat them fucking Snickers. You better cut that symbol off and boil that shit and fry them shoestrings. Because when you had it, look what your priorities, look where your priorities lie. Your priority lies with looking like it instead of filling your stomach. So your priorities is all fucked up. And this be the most arrogant niggas. I don't know. Niggas who don't got shit is arrogant. Niggas who don't got shit is fucking arrogant. Arrogant. Always saying, yo, if that was me, or yo, you shoulda. That's why I always tell somebody, yo, man, just shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Nobody want to be like you. You're not an inspiration to nobody. And you always talking. And again, before I go, ladies and gentlemen, like I always say, I do not listen to niggas who make poor decisions. And you could watch some of your homies just make poor decisions every day. And they be like, yo, you ever thought about this? Listen, anything that comes out of that fucking cuckoo bird brain, because when you move your head, I can hear rocks. I don't relate to nothing you say or do. I don't. It's a movie called Pumping Iron. I love the movie Pumping Iron. When I first was like young and I wanted to lift weights and do shit like that. You know, all of us young men wanted to lift weights. And the movie is starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Lou Ferrigno, Franco Colombo. Lee Haney is not in there, but it's another black man that had an afro, but he was Diesel. But the star of the movie was Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he said in the movie, when Franco, who is his competition, because although they're different weight classes, at the end of the night of the pose down, you get the lighter weight and the heavyweight, and they do a pose down to who's the overall better bodybuilder. And of course, Lou Ferrigno, as we knew, the Incredible Hulk. We saw that time too. We saw good times, whatever. Arnold Schwarzenegger said, when they come to me for help, I give them the wrong advices. And he laughed and smoked his reefer. He smoked the joint. He said that he give them the wrong advice. And he was saying all that to say, how you come to me for help and you my competition, you think I'm going to tell you how to defeat me? He said I give him the wrong advices. You know he's stupid and shit. He's like, I give him the wrong advices. And I was like, wow. I was young when I watched. I said, yo, he said he give him the wrong advice. Watch who you take advice from. So for the people who say Mona should have, or that's what she get and all that, Mona got to change her bop. That's it. Some of us got to change our bop. Me, how I avoid it, like I said, I don't think I'm mature enough in certain situations, so I'll just stay away from that shit. Because ain't nobody going to be spitting in my face and talking loud. We ain't doing that. So I'm not going to put myself in that situation. Ain't nothing in them hood stores that I need or want. Ain't nothing in there but shit that you ain't supposed to be eating anyway. Fuck you going to the store for chips? I don't even eat that shit. If they slice ham on the damn, I don't eat cold cuts. I don't even eat a lot of that shit. I don't want to go in there for no beer. I don't want to go there for none of that. I take water out the crib when I hit the street, just so I could avoid idiots. You know where they dwell. I avoid. Yo, why you don't? Because y'all niggas is stupid. Fuck. That's some crazy shit when they be like, yo, why you don't? Because y'all niggas is stupid. Didn't he knock you out the other day? And now you sitting there with no front jib and y'all smoking together. See, certain behaviors that I once thought was okay, that I kind of knew better than, but I was just in the moment of stupidity. When do you stop being stupid? They say if you know better, you do better. When do you know better? So I'm supposed to do certain shit and go certain places to prove to people who don't give a shit about me that I could do it? So I work hard to obtain all I have. And whether you think I got nothing or a lot, I don't give a shit about that. I just know everything I got is mine. And I'm supposed to be willing to risk all of that to prove to people who don't have anything that I don't have nothing if I can't do this. So even people who look at you and say, oh, his views, or he should have this amount of subscribers. First of all, you don't know what the fuck somebody should have if you ain't got it. And if you can't teach how to get it because you got it, shut up. Respectfully, I seen somebody who said to me on my Instagram yesterday, yo, you lost out and we lost out. And I'm not being disrespectful. This is just their honest opinion. They said you lost out and we lost out because you've been holding on to all of those beats. And you probably could have did this and did this for this person. And I told them everything that I do is deliberate. Because I'm the sole controller of my life. Nobody dictates my program. And I only listen to people that I respect and that inspire me. You think a nigga with no teeth could tell me how to brush my motherfucking teeth if he get up in the morning and don't brush his teeth? Or a nigga who live in my fucking crib gonna tell me what I should be doing and you live with me? That's the shit too, with the arrogance of hood niggas who still think like niggas but don't think they don't. Yo, you should, I don't want to do that. That's not what I want to do. And it's not because I don't want to listen, because I think you're a fucking idiot. And the shit you say is so far-fetched. If I tell you the shit that I've heard come out of men's mouth, you'd be like, who the fuck said that? And it be these folks you see walking around every day. That's how they think. That's how they think. And as a man thinketh, he carry himself like that. And that's why they be in the position they in. You be like, damn, he got this and he got that. How he went to jail. Yo, he threw everything away. Because he's a fucking idiot. Y'all just thought he was smart. You know what I'm saying? He's a fucking idiot. You like to see more interviews from me? Go back and look at my catalog. Again, I dictate my program. I got interviews that I did. I never saw you in the comments, and that's with all due respect. So you don't steer the way my ship goes. This is all thought out. So if I go right now to my gunplay interview that I just put out and another interview that I'm going to put out tomorrow, I should see you in the comments, and I know that I didn't. So you want to see more interviews from me so you cannot watch them? Not hit like, not hit share? Would that make sense? But like I said, somebody always want to run your program and tell you what you should be doing opposed to what you want to do. That's illogical. But before I go, you know I got the $100 promo special to be on my networks. That's my X, my Facebook, my YouTube community, my Instagram stories, and my Threads account. Whatever it is, if it's your t-shirts, your candles, your YouTube, whatever it is you're working on and you need promotion to get the lens on you in front of thousands of people, I can help you with that. Serious inquiries only, though. Hit me on a DM. Please be Cash App ready. Don't inquire and don't say, what all I get for that? Because it's on the screen. Respectfully, with all due. And if you want to get interviewed, hit me up. 35-minute interview at Doggie Diamonds on Instagram. Let's make it happen. And if you can, the link is in the description box. Doggie Diamonds Facebook. I got some new merch coming as well, too. I got some fire-ass merch that I'm working on. I just got a lot of stuff coming up that I'm working on. And as always, man, I appreciate everybody for spending your time with me, because you could be anywhere in the world. You could be doing anything. But if you could listen to me speak for an hour, hopefully something I said, whether it was in the hour, the 45-minute mark, the 10-minute mark, or the 2-minute mark, resonated with you. And, you said you got her looking nice. See, I ain't want to go there. Fan roots. And I appreciate y'all. Until next time, I'm out. And if you need them beats too, hit my DM at Doggie Diamonds. When you hear the price that you could get for a beat, it's going to mess your head up. It's very affordable.
Doggie Diamonds did this.
Until next time, peace.